Hello and welcome to a bonus exercise DVD. Now this system is a standalone system with the CDs, but many people ask me, what can I do to exercise? Well, there's the obvious. You walk, run, cycle, go to the gym, have a personal trainer, do all those sort of things. Seek to be more active in your day. Now the CDs are going to help you with all of those things because it'll change the way you think and the way you feel about exercise and the way you feel about activity in general. But this is a very specific set of exercises you can add into it because they literally take just a few minutes and you can do it once, twice, 3 times a day. They're based on a Japanese system whereby elite athletes were taken to a whole new level by simply adding a little bit of time per day. And it's done by working 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Now we want reasonably high intensity, but you don't have to start with high intensity. You can start at any level that's comfortable for you. Remember, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint. You want to keep yourself healthy, you want to keep doing this. If you go out really crazy on day one and you get really sore, well then you might think, I'm not doing this anymore. So monitor yourself, look after yourself. The first exercise looks like this. Side on, it's like the arms on the side of an old steam engine on the wheels, where you're pushing out. For those of you familiar with Chinese Kung Fu, you'll think, oh, that's the chain punching. It is and it isn't. We're bringing a lot more tension into it for those who are familiar. We want to push out with the tricep and we want to pull back with the bicep, and it's going to look like this. When you start, it may look like this, and then you'll build it to, you can go as fast as you like. You do that for 20 seconds, you have a complete rest for 20 seconds, and then on again. So you'll want to have a clock with the second hand where you can read it easily, because you don't want to cheat. You want to keep on track, and you want to do it as fast as possible. By the time you get to the third set, your arms might feel like they're going to fall off literally. And that's fine. It doesn't matter if they're only going this fast, because this is about getting very specific messages to your brain that your body is being active, that your body needs to be supported, that you're increasing your metabolic rate, that you're increasing your calorie burning, that you're basically burning fat, and that's what you want to do. So this is the number one exercise. It's just pushed out like this. You can vary it by turning the hands out and pushing. It changes the angle within the tricep and brings the muscles into here. You can also do it around like this. Again, you're bringing the muscles into the back as well as the tricep. And you can do this. So there's just 4 examples. But I'm sure you can think of a whole lot of other ways you can do it. The one thing to remember is, don't do this, extend. You don't be straight, but you want to extend. You want these muscles to actually work. Going around here won't do anything. It's wasting your time. So now, you say, well, what will happen in a few weeks' time when I can do that easily? And you will. Well, then you go from 20 seconds on to 15 seconds off. Then, a little later, you go 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off. High intensity. Then the next level is perhaps, if you need to, you can add tiny amount of weight, just a very small amount of weight. Now guys, don't go crazy on this, because I know you'll be tempted to pick up some big heavy weights and do it. No need. Don't do it. When we're about fat burning here, we're not about building big muscles. Now ladies, the reason I chose this exercise was because the number one question I was asked is, how can I stop my arms being flabby? This is the exercise for that, using these. Guys, you don't ask me that question, but for you, it's about increasing the muscular activity in your arms. But ladies and gentlemen, it's about burning fat. That's what it's about. So you've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Vary them day to day. Don't do the same ones every day, because you don't want to fall into a pattern. If you walk for 30 minutes a day on a flat surface every day, very soon you'll start to lose the benefits from that walking. So you need to change it and vary it. If you do walk one day with hills. If you cycle, find some hilly territory one day and flat territory another. Do it differently. Change your gym routines. Keep changing. So the second part is the lower body. The lower body, what I want you to do is go at this very gently to start with, because you're going to be really moving some energy through your legs. The first exercise is simply the old knee raiser. It's up. Now, if you go crazy on this, you're really going to work these muscles here, and you're going to feel, uncomfortable very quickly. So, 1, 2, 3, 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. That's it. So, what we'll be doing is working for a few days, just building up a bit of, intensity into those muscles so they understand what you're doing. So it's not a shock to the system, you don't injure yourself or so forth. To extend this, you'll simply do a pushing forward with the feet, because while you're holding the feet out, it's putting a lot more load through the legs. Okay, good. So they're the first two. The next one we're going to do is seated. And it's a little bit like a child having a tantrum. So you're seated on the edge of your chair, you hold onto the chair and you just pump the legs like crazy. Go nuts for 20 seconds. Watch yourself. Very simple. Leg raises, extending out. You don't have to do big kicks. You're not flicking your knees out or anything. Seated version. 3 different exercises, and you can rotate these on a day-to-day basis. So the important things are, when you do the exercise, do it for the 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Give yourself time to work into it. Don't go nuts straight away. Just work into it so you don't hurt yourself. The third is, remember to extend. Don't go round and round. Extend through every one of these exercises. And soon, you'll be shifting the way your entire body works. Start off once a day, build it to twice a day, 3 times a day. When you time this, you're literally doing this for 3 to 4 minutes a day. And so it's not very long. And you can find the time for it. You know you can, because you've done the CDs and now your mindset is shifting to being able to do these things and enjoying doing these things. Now, we have made an assumption here. We've made an assumption that everybody feels fit and well. So on the next chapter of this DVD, we're going to discuss it when that's not the case. So thank you, and I'll see you shortly. Hi, welcome back. In the first chapter, we were looking at the general exercise program and how it all works. The same applies for this, but what I'm looking at now are for a couple of groups of people. Now, if you're saying to yourself, if you watch the first part and thought, I am just so unfit, I can't really get started with this, it's going to be too hard, I'm going to hurt myself. Well, don't worry, because we have a solution for you. The solution is simply back off to a point where you find your comfort zone and then extend just a little bit. So you may even start off just like this. You might even walk around the house for a minute or so. And if you do 20 seconds, it might be just like this. Work to suit yourself, work to suit your body, and incrementally change. It will change very, very quickly. It doesn't matter how unfit you are. Same with the leg exercises. You could just be doing even low leg exercises, just low ones, and then gradually increase them. For somebody who's simply very unfit, and that's a lot of people that I talk to, you just find your place, because you know yourself. Don't cheat yourself. Don't come within your comfort zone so you get nothing out of it. Know where your limit is and just take a little bit. That's where bodies get the benefit from, when you put just that little bit of stress on them. Now, the second group of people, the people I really want to address in this instance, is somebody, say, who's had an injury, or somebody who's got pain issues, chronic fatigue things, or fibromyalgia, arthritis of various sorts. And it's about, well, how am I going to do this because my body hurts too much? The reality for all those people, apart from injuries, with injuries you have to always work around. So what you would do is isolate that injured part and work with something else. If you couldn't move this one for a while, you just do this. If you couldn't move this leg or this leg, you might do everything sitting down, because you can do all this sitting down, remember. It's very easy. Now let's assume that you work with, you're working with pain within your body. There's one thing you need to know, is that you still need to move your body, you still need to strengthen the muscles to support all the joints, and you still want to lose the weight, so you have to find the way. So it may be a question of, what can I do today And you might think, well, that's really hurting here today, but if I just change it, that's not too bad. Find the way that's going to work for you, and then work to that level of intensity. And so you might be thinking, well, my ankles are hurting today, but my upper body's fine. I'm going to do this. Do not go completely wild, because you don't want to have a bad day the next day, but you just want to work within that range. Now, the other thing you can do is break it down even into shorter increments initially. You might just do 20 seconds and then leave it for a while, and then do 20 seconds later and 20 seconds later, and eventually you're building and building and building, because you've still got to send those same messages to your body, particularly if you've been protecting joints for a long time. Those muscles are just not used to the movement. So get them used to the movement, work with them, and you can do all of these exercises. Now, just as we were talking about in the first chapter, find other ways to do this. And ways I would suggest is like a stationary exercise bike. You can sit on that, 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off. Screw the intensity up, make it harder. You could do weightlifting equipment. Anything. You find ways, other movements that you know that you think would be beneficial to you. You might be flapping your arms out to the side, pushing in and out like this. Doesn't matter. It's all good. So look after yourself, work your way into it, and soon you'll be able to do it on a regular basis. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next chapter. Hi, Ian Newton here again for the last chapter on your complimentary DVD for exercising and losing weight. This one is a slightly different concept. In the first two chapters, we looked at the 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off routine, building it to suit yourself, working to suit yourself, whether you're in pain, whether you're unfit, or whether you're even reasonably fit. You'll find the way, work with yourself. This is slightly different. Within the CD set, we looked at stress eating and food addictions and a lot of the reasons why people eat. So this is part of your stress management, but it's also part of giving different exercises to your body that it's not used to, and so your body can respond positively as well. Now these exercises come out of Qigong. Qigong, it looks a little like Tai Chi. It's part of Chinese medical health. The first exercise is simply this, raising both arms up and down. What you do as you come up, you take a deep breath in, breathing into here. Breathe out. What you're doing, you're working all through here. The second exercise is simply opening up, breathe in, breathe out, sort of like a bird. Now we're working through here. The third exercise, up to the side and down. We're working through here and across the back. Now there's two ways to do this. The first way is we want to relax the body. You can sink your knees a bit, so you're getting some exercise through your knees. If that hurts you too much, just do a slight up and down action as you're doing it. Some people find the up and down action, if they've got sore knees, is better. Some people find locking down is better. You decide. But if we're going to do this, we might as well work the lower body, burn a few more calories. So the first thing you would just do is to start breathing slowly and deeply. You would close your eyes, and all I want you to do is think about somewhere pleasant. You could be at the beach, you might be sitting in a boat fishing. Just literally daydream yourself into places and situations that would immediately cause you to feel relaxed and calm. And so you're doing the first one. Once you know these exercises, you'll learn them very quickly. You do it for as long as you want to. You might spend a few minutes on each one. So this is the first. The second, we're simply opening, breathe in, breathe out. Again, deep breath. What we're trying to do is really oxygenate your system with long, deep breaths right into here, not up here. You don't want to be going, you want to be sinking the breath down. We want to pump lots of oxygen through your system. We want to get this oxygen creating and burning energy. Oxygen burns, literally burns in your body and creates energy, and that's what we want to do. We want to energize every part of your body, your whole cardiovascular system, all your fat burning systems. That's what we want to do. So you're breathing, again you would close your eyes and let your mind just drift and daydream to pleasant things. It could be anything. You might recall memories, you might daydream about things you'd like to do. It doesn't matter. So your subconscious, that's what we've been dealing with on this whole program. can't tell the difference between real and imagined. So in this instance, we're just telling your subconscious we're in some place nice and pleasant, and we're just doing these gentle movements as we go. Good. The third exercise, it's just out to the side, so raising up and down, very much like a bird flapping its wings. Same thing, as you come up you breathe in, as you come down you breathe out. Nice and relaxed. Nice long breaths in, fill the lungs up, so you could slow it right down. For the in and the out. On the out, just let yourself completely relax all over your body. You might even sigh, like, Again, you would be visualizing, thinking about these pleasant places, pleasant situations. So that's the first way to use this. The second way is exactly the same, except this time you add a little bit of weight to it. Now guys, again, don't go nuts. You know, in the gym, if you picked up some dumbbells, you could lift big weights like this. But if you were to slow it down to this pace, immediately you would have to decrease the weight because you're not getting any momentum, any leverage from the body. You're really lifting that weight. So what I'd like you to do is to get some light weights, maybe a couple of water bottles, small water bottles, just half fill them to start with. Cans of peas, doesn't matter. You can get the weights, you know, from the sports shops. You don't need sophisticated equipment. You don't need any equipment for these exercises really. And you would just do the same, and you would focus on your breath, and you would start to move. And very soon you are going to notice just how much energy it takes to move your body this slowly with some reasonable weight. Over time, you will incrementally increase the weight. And so you've got this one, you've got this one, and you've got the side. Now you can build them all together. You can just go 1, 2, and 3. You can do them separately, it doesn't matter. Do them to relax, do them to really put some energy into these muscles, because as soon as these muscles start to work, you start pumping blood into the muscles. Your whole body starts working. Your body's getting signals, and all these exercises are about sending signals to your brain that says, make this body work, make this body metabolize, make this body burn fat, make this body be healthy and active and fit. So you've got your 20-second on, 20-second off. Go back and review it if you need to. You've got these slower exercises. Always look after yourself. And I wish you the very, very best for your whole procedure over the next time. Remember, this is for life. This isn't about what we're going to do this week or next week. And because you're overcoming the resistance to exercise through the CDs, you make this a part of your life. Make this not negotiable. Even if you've got visitors in the lounge room, say, I'll be back in 5 minutes and go and do some exercises. That's a bit extreme, but you would simply make sure you find somewhere to do that, and so you don't get out of sync. Because once you get out of sync with any system, everything just falls off the rails very quickly. So I wish you all the best, and keep reviewing the CDs and DVDs as necessary. Thank you, I'm Ian Newton.